A mother's love for her child is unconditional and never-ending, defying all logic and rationality. The same was true for a single mom who set out to fulfill her promise to her baby boy years ago. Nikki Antrim lives with her son, Jimmy Antrim, in Sunshine Coast, a peri-urban region in southeast Queensland, Australia. The story of this mother-son duo is unusual and heartwarming, depicting a single parent's undying and unwavering commitment to her child. As humans, having a growing sense of adventure and craving exciting experiences doesn't sound unlikely. But in the case of the Antrims, it became the one thing that strengthened their connection and gave their lives a whole new meaning. Nikki was barely 17 when she welcomed Jimmy into her heart and home. It was only a matter of time before she realized that her sweet boy had mental and physical disabilities and required intensive care and support around the clock. Jimmy can even travel short distances on foot thanks to his mother's support and assistance. When Jimmy turned 2 months old, Nikki discovered he was blind. As a first-time parent and a teenager who knew little to nothing about motherhood, she wasn't fully aware of the magnitude of the situation and how it would impact her and Jimmy's life in the longer run. Nearly 6 months later, the Queensland woman discovered her beloved boy had epilepsy. But despite everything, she vowed not to give up in the face of difficulties and made a promise to herself and her son. It was a promise she intended to keep, no matter what came her way. Not wanting her boy to miss out on anything, she promised to give him the best life she possibly could, a life filled with fun adventures and new experiences. Together, Nikki and Jimmy have been to mesmerizing spots such as Bali and Hawaii and had plans to embark on a trip to Canada when the coronavirus pandemic hit the world, resulting in travel restrictions. Until the international borders open again, Nikki said she planned to explore Australia with Jimmy as her travel partner. Carrying her son on her back, Nikki has been globe-trotting for several years, sometimes walking through the wilderness and other times hiking through the mountains. The Sunshine Coast family has a collection of photos and videos that perfectly encapsulate their unique travel diaries. Although Jimmy has a wheelchair he can use while accompanying his mom on their many adventures, Nikki says she doesn't like using it. She adds that she will keep carrying her boy until she is strong enough to support his weight. Jimmy can even travel short distances on foot thanks to his mother's support and assistance. Over time, Nikki has mastered the art of piggybacking her son and pulling her luggage through the airport simultaneously until the staff provides them with a wheelchair so they can quickly board the flight, before they can make the most of their time together. Nikki plans everything thoroughly, including an itinerary and schedule for their journey. The dedicated mom also ensures she has abundant clothes, diapers, pillow covers, and bed sheets for long trips. While they are generally well received and warmly welcomed wherever they go, Nikki also gives a heads up to resorts, eateries, and hotels so they can make necessary arrangements to facilitate their stay given Jimmy's condition. Looking back on their most memorable journey, the Queensland resident noted that she would never forget their time in Hawaii because everybody wanted Jimmy to join them and explore the place. Nikki and Jimmy make the best travel buddies because they share similar interests and preferences. According to Nikki, her son is always in his element when he's near the water or about to start a new adventure. Recounting their time in Bali and Hawaii, the single mom shared that she and Jimmy loved to party and spent nights out soaking in the fresh air. She expressed, "I will with Jimmy find ways to get in the best and most adventurous life, and most of the time, it's the simplest things that he loves the most." When they're not traveling too far, the Antrims enjoy taking bike rides together, an adventure that has earned them the companionship, love, and respect of many people. Nikki says she has a tight schedule, from ensuring Jimmy is taken care of to managing the housework and slipping some time for her workout sessions. Despite a challenging routine that can sometimes overwhelm her, Ms. Antrim admits she is happy and won't have things any other way. Nikki plans to purchase a troop carrier for Jimmy to help them explore their home country. However, she's struggling financially and will need time to save enough money. When she's working, some carers look after Jimmy and ensure he's well taken care of. Nikki confesses that she often questions how she can feel sad after looking at her son, who has never known colors or seen clouds or rainbows, and still finds a reason to smile. The doting mom says that her beloved boy inspires her to be a better person with his big, bright smile. "He doesn't see me in a conventional way, but I'm sure he has a vision of what I look like in his mind," she adds. In an interview with Daily Mail Australia in January 2022, Nikki, 43, admitted that over time she was losing her strength to carry Jimmy, 26, on her back. But if there's anything we're sure of, it's this: nothing will ever weaken the special connection the Antrams share. If you enjoyed reading this unique and heartwarming tale of a mother's genuine love for her son, please share your feedback on Facebook. Let's move on to the next story. Parents want their children to feel safe, loved, and protected, and won't hesitate to put their own lives on the line when necessary. A similar scenario unfolded in today's story, where a selfless mother didn't think about her safety while pushing her daughter out of harm's way. Chelsea and Matt Ferguson were a happily married couple who had been residing in Australia since 2008. The Gold Coast, Queensland duo were doting parents to 4 young children, aged 8, 6, 4, and 2. The family of 6 looked forward to each day with loving hearts and open arms, and had a supportive network of loved ones. In November 2022, Chelsea was in Westport, New Zealand, her home country, visiting family with her children when the unthinkable happened. On November 15, the mother was strolling with her kids through a superstore car parking lot when she was reportedly hit by a vehicle being driven by an older person. The heart-rending incident happened while she was taking her children back to their car and suddenly heard tires screeching. Pippa had no memory of the harrowing accident as she was rendered unconscious after her mom pushed her out of the way. According to her sister, Jessica Irons, one of their other sisters, was about to deliver her baby, and Chelsea had come to support her during childbirth. The family had barely spent 24 hours in New Zealand when the gut-wrenching accident turned their world upside down. Irons recalled that Chelsea was walking out of the grocery store when she saw a speeding car and did something absolutely heroic. The courageous mother pushed her 4-year-old girl, Pippa, out of the moving vehicle's path, taking its full force upon herself. Consequently, young Pippa survived what could have otherwise been a heart-stopping tragedy, but her devoted mother suffered critical injuries. When Chelsea was asked if she remembered anything about the gut-wrenching incident, she couldn't say much except to be grateful that her girl was alive, Irons recounted. Chelsea's motherly instincts kicked in, and next thing she knows, she is waking up in Nelson Hospital. Chelsea, 29, sustained severe injuries, including a fractured femur and shattered shin. She was said to have undergone lengthy and complex surgeries to save her leg and restore function, with an estimated 12-month recovery time. Per Irons, her sister had a moment in the parking lot where she was certain she wouldn't survive, and even requested a passerby who hurried to help her to stay with her until she took her last breath. Meanwhile, Pippa had no memory of the harrowing accident as she was rendered unconscious after her mom pushed her out of the way. She suffered a broken collarbone and arm and was reportedly being monitored carefully for her condition. Chelsea's husband, Matt, expressed that he was still in shock and called the tragic incident a nightmare for his beautiful family. Irons mentioned that her lovely sister was in severe pain and was booked for more surgeries to help her feel better. The Gold Coast mom was described as a kind-hearted soul, an incredible human, and an amazing mother. In an online fundraiser created to support the Ferguson family in their difficult time, Chelsea's cousin, Senatha Coe, wrote, "Chelsea is an incredibly selfless and beautiful person. She always puts others first, and this page has been set up as we know many people will want to return the favor to her." As of December 6, 2022, over $46,000 have been raised of the $100,000 goal, and more donations continue to come in. Both Chelsea and Matt are out of work and will not be able to resume their respective jobs until Chelsea has fully recovered and can return to Australia with her family. The Fergusons are also struggling financially with the added medical and rehabilitation costs of Chelsea's treatment until her condition improves. Matt and the children will stay in New Zealand, although the family is unsure how they will manage their accommodation, pay their mortgage, and continue their kids' education. Irons said her beautiful sister would give anything to anyone and had also served as a surrogate mother for two men from New South Wales by giving them an adorable baby boy. Chelsea's heroic story gained traction on social media, inviting encouraging and supportive comments from netizens far and wide. Here are a few comments that people wrote for the selfless mother. God be with this brave mom. Hope all goes well with your recovery. That's what a real mother would do for her child. She is a hero. Praying for her recovery sick. I would do the same for either of my children. Mother's instinct is always to protect them and keep them safe. Definition of a mother's love. We would request all Emo Mama readers to keep the hero mother in their thoughts and prayers, wishing her a speedy and complete recovery.